Hello, Lika. Thank you for connecting. I am Ami, broadcasting from Far East Japan. This is the Wellness Wisdom Wednesday and the new beginning of this new month of June. June. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far, week so far. So I am afraid that checking the streaming. Hello, Twitter. Hello, YouTube and Twitch. If you are having a trouble commenting through your platform, please help me to notice your action is really helpful for improving my creation here. So thank you in advance. That, let me check here on Twitter. Oh, good. So I am now. Hello, Twitter. And let's see. YouTube. So every Wednesday, as an wisdom sharing for wellness, that to help our conscious creation better in as an self-help activity. And this is one of the idea that culture I with, which is the island of Japan, that to noticing non-physical aspect as an energy and to use it as if it's the creative element for everyday activity. So that's what I realized, that when sharing about the non-visible aspect as an energy, sometimes I feel the need to describing. Uh, Hi, Mel from YouTube. So wonderful to notice that it connecting. Okay, yay! Thank you. Happy New Month. Happy June. So, our is in English. I'm encouraged describing what it is and to communicate with the Japanese community. It's easily to specify what it is with no description, because there is the way to relate to. And when I was talking to my work team in LA, then I was requesting that person, the team member, to noticing and act on based on what we do basically in Japanese community. And he goes like, "Are you asking me to be psychic, like a real person and responding ahead of time?" No, it's like, wait a second. So it's kind of weird. Yay! Thank you, Mel. There is an improvement. So I learned something there in this May, and then studying anew. It's wonderful, isn't it? Thank you for supporting me for coming to this path. Yay! It's a happy dance time. So that's what the idea of me recognizing some uniqueness from culture or people of Japan, that to noticing invisible element in every day, like a small things and most everything in living. It's convenient when you can talk about it in invisible things. then we can act on something invisible. Because if not seeing it, it's very difficult to communicate one another as a human system, because we are, getting some information from visible, from eyes, 80%. So if it's seeing it, and then okay, so it's very easier to communicate. But think about that. Most of that element, before it becomes visible, it's non-visible, right? Our idea or feelings, emotions, these are, non-visible. And then when we can identify it as an invisible element, and then based on energy developed in the so it's convenient to have some awareness as an element, non-physical one. So then once we name it, and that become a tool. So the word of the energy, which is ki, if you're familiar with ki, Reiki, or Kiai, or Tai Chi, or Qigong, that pronounced as in a Qi, that's actually a Chinese modality. And then if pronounced as in a Ki, then that's from reflecting the Japanese cultural aspect. That's something to do with it. So you do that, and how we relate to that particular energy, invisible mostly, non-physical, and to use it for creation or bettering for this case, because we are working on a self-bettering. And then I choose this word using this character, key energy, combined with other character. So many combined word people use this in Japanese community, which is quite unique to people in Japan. And from China, not so much using it. So that gave me an idea, like, okay, the people in China have a different relationship with that energy. So like Tai Chi or Qigong, then it's different from in the geographical, cultural aspect. So I like to share as an idea, so you may get some new, hint for noticing invisible element as an energy, and to consciously use it as a tool for your creation better, and to get to know self, get to know others, or the needs for bettering life's aspect. So that's the idea. And then I chose 7 words that absolutely we are able to manage with our personal power. The collective energy as a unity of the universe. These are everything is made of energy. So we use it as an cosmic energy, or with also relationship with the energy. But somewhat these type of energy, we are part of it, but personal influence is very, um, not so powerful to change the weather, right? We need the larger scale of energy to direct, to deal with some larger energy. However, something that we absolutely direct our focus and attention, which is own energy, moves to where attention is given. And then so that's an useful tool to, manage um, aspect in this idea of energy. So I think 7 what absolutely related to personal power, influenceable focus. And each Wednesday, I like to pick one word to share what we can do and what does that mean for our bettering. This becoming white out. So, all right. So today's thank you for the heart mail is this one. That what? Oh, the brave energy. You know, it's interesting that two, three words. Deepening popping up. First one is Kiai is popping up many times, and the other one is I was like Kimochi and Kibun, and then this is the second time. You pronounced as a you. It's the brave character of representing the braveness with the energy, brave energy. You, Ki. Yeah, I know, making sure that I am clearly sharing the idea. So every time I get the same one, I get an opportunity to become better for that. You, great energy. So the last time I share particular this brave word, the character, this composition is made by three portion: top, middle, and the bottom. And covering up like here. Yeah, I know. Covering up the up here. This portion itself has a meaning, but it's completely different meaning. This is the character for man, the male man. And then breaking down into two pieces, this portion and this portion. The top is the field, which is about the rice field. It's rice culture. So the rice field is the power. So the power needed for the rice field to harvest the rice for sustaining our life, food. That's a man's work. So this combination is representing a man. And then put some top of that cover, perhaps the helmet to cover in. It's the braveness, maybe go for a fight to cover the head, you know. So I think that's the composition as an character itself, pronounced as you, the brave. So the man with the covered head is the braveness, maybe the samurais, you know, top of the all the covering for the fight. So you, you, this is the, so when we talk about the is needed. Something unknown to explore. Sometimes we need a courage, and that's energy, brave energy. So invite in the brave energy when we need courage. So that when we say that, hey, we need a energy of courage, the more specifying that brave energy for particular purpose, it's the clearer our intention. And what we like to do is to invite in that braveness. So which braveness is available for each energy center? That's what I like to go through quickly from the first energy center, root chakra, energy center, chakra. Yeah, about Yuki. So I need a really Yuki, brave energy to find out what would be the alternative after HAPS shut down and has been, few weeks, but supportive friends, encouragement and participation, dedication. I am moving forward. Hope getting better. Every time I come here, that is needing the really brave energy, courage to move forward. So thank you. Courage. The survival. Yes, if you don't do. So we need to survive. It's the good example, like the part of the region in Europe that having the invasion site. That's about the survival and courage. That actually life threatening situation to survive. That's needing, definitely needing the brave energy. We see that braveness every single day through that what's happening up there. So that's the root chakra with the brave energy, courage, yuki. And the second energy center, which is a creativity, sexuality, co-creation, one-on-one partnership, relationship, intimacy, pleasure, give birth to something. Sometimes really need the courage, brave energy to never know what will be like through that co-creation, intimacy, give birth to, challenge to create something new through us together with partner. So, and it's open to it and to allow that to bring, sometimes it's needing a courage. So the brave energy connected to the second energy center, that's what we can use as an yuki. Yes, indeed, courage. So just scanning yourself, that which part of the energy with this brave energy yuki is resonating to where you are at this present moment, and then maybe that particular energy center is the might be helpful to boosting with this yuki, the brave energy for you right now. So then the third energy center, it's the solar plexus, sense of self, confidence, self-esteem, energy center with you, courage, brave energy is that to decision making. So sometimes that making decision is such an hard task because it changes. I mean, everything changes, but sometimes it's the matter really close to our desire, close to our heart, feels important, and then that decision feels like a huge decision, but decision is a decision. There's no size for decision, big or small decision. No, it's just how close to the heart of the matter feels like a huge decision, life-changing decision. So especially that, but every decision is close, right? So the practice to decide decide openly, connected to sincere heart, knowingness, with the confident responsibility to choose own life. Sometimes it's very scary, isn't it? So if the doubt about self, like myself, self-esteem got damaged for whatever the reasons are, from the childhood or your own unique system. Since my case is the self-esteem shred was in the family member, in the family I came from. And then also my unique brain has an dyslexia, so that gave me a challenge to trusting, because everything that I see my eyes is the wrong order, and then how come I see, right? In some level. So these are the lessons to trusting your own decisions. And then if you are also feeling the self-esteem hasn't room to boost, and then invite in this Yuki energy of courage to build a trust, to decide small things, doesn't matter, that they decide what you want to eat in the morning, night, what you want to do, decide, and then do that, follow it. And then once build that system, and then they're comfortable with their own decision making process, and then relationship with the decision with the courage is gonna enhance. So that's what I can share through my own experience. But still, because we are growing and evolving, so new challenge or new type of decision, sense unsure with the fear energy bringing, like, okay, wait a second, is this safe, or am I able to be responsible for that kind of self dialogue? Take it as an growing opportunity, that maybe your spirit is growing, or your soul is evolving. So we must open and catching up with a sense of self, meditate, listen to your own inner solar plexus power. Or if overconfident person, for example, absolutely right, and then know the consequences of your confident life, that's wonderful. But every time you do the overconfidently, and then you make it better, you chance to make it. So if you notice yourself like absolutely knowing, and then maybe a massaging to be open to the new ideas, or to just to put your way of doing aside to explore something new, and feeling a little bit of vulnerable, but just balancing out that, the sense of self would be also needing the courage, because knowing repeating is a sure things. Being open is unsure, that is vulnerable, that requires courage to be open to. So that's the yuki is useful for that purpose. Small way and succeeding small task. Isn't it? Everything needs to be created by small pieces, like little by little. Every day is good feeding and negative feeding. It's created by the small information, the small things, what happened, didn't happen, choose, didn't choose. These piles as at every moment is the life. Continuous every now moment, this tiny bits of do not do, and create not create to connect. So yeah, I think it really important to pay attention to small things, and small things has the power to become big every day deposited. I'm a believer for that. Sometimes some people says like don't pay much attention to small things. Life is made of such small pieces. So and it's important not to engage That's what the meaning. But it's important to become aware of it and then make it better, make it better. Aligning for ideal, aligning for that. I really need a practice. I'm still, practicing, especially if you feel yourself as a very emotional person, empath, up and down. That's the beauty of it. But you must practice and exercise detachment. Feeder feeding the emotion, and then the observer observing that feeder feeding the emotion. So then we can use this as an powerful ingredients to create something delicious for our life. That's what I think. So the fourth energy center, heart, brave energy, courage, is the love. This love is any kind of love, I think. The family and also friend community or people who to get to know more about. And it's the heart chakra. It's coming out the true self, and then also the knowledge and experience and perceptions, and all this social communication and all that aspect. And when we become an adult, the social life to make the thing smooth, and then to sometimes just lie again, it's like good lie. I still feel some resistance to saying there isn't a good lie. But um, more kindness, we telling that truth. I mean, it's still weird. I was talking about the lie things yesterday also. So coming back to the lie topic, but one of these skills that we use as an adult that sometimes children is undeveloped, that so they are so straight and sometimes feeling harsh because too direct. But when we started to feel others or kindness and caring, and then we behave in a different way, we communicate in a different way, um then that lie for hurting others is out of discussion. But not telling what that it's to other people for kindness, telling it's heart feels, but telling it as the word is quite different. But because our intellectual part and social skills forcing to make everything else more smoothly, and just put the cover on the own feeding, something like that. I'm still want to defining what I would like to share about that part. But and then the community I am in, this the people in Japan, they are like promoting lies, which I never felt comfortable, still uncomfortable, and I'm just strange in that community. But sharing your love sometimes really need a courage, because maybe be rejected, or maybe being embodied as a stranger, or maybe whatever, so sometimes that true feeding, openly open heart to bring that out to the community society, needing the braveness and courage, energy of courage. So that's what I take this heart chakra: love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, um, unconditional love, and that's um, energy sometimes to be honest, open heart, to give and receive, love, support. Sometimes we're really needing the courage. And then when this heart chakra is closed, and then it's a hard time sharing your caring. It doesn't necessary to be wording, but acting, creating, acting to show your heart is one of the supreme. But when the heart chakra is closed and then you feel so isolated, to no one is caring about me. I don't care I don't care at all, no matter what, that kind of feeling. And then maybe, yeah, needing a little bit of maybe when you show your heart, when someone pointing out that hurting you, and then that is the issue of that person need to work on. Maybe not you, your work, you need to put yourself out courageously with the yuki. So that's what the heart chakra share your love, compassion. And the throat chakra is the communication, color blue, which is truth, true expression. So to connect the heart, we should love and communicate with others, not necessarily with the talking, but to acting out or through any kind of element available to communicate. But the word perhaps sometimes is a useful medium to communicate, um, and to speak out the truth to something close to our heart really need a courage. Energy, brave energy is absolutely needed, isn't it? That to openly, heart open, and and saying sincerely, I love you. Sometimes as the voice shakes, right? And or I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not sorry, but it's like entire being. It's like when your spirit is really like want to apologize, and then it goes like our body is really vibrating the energy, the courage. So to and then I think it's natural to feel that vibration, and body shakes, our voice shakes when truly close to the core, and to participate and share that true voice. Brave energy. It's like being with you, the last to a loved one, that special moment. We can use the yuki, brave energy, to express. And the third eye, the fifth energy center, the sixth energy center, five, sixth energy center, um, color indigo. It's about intuition, intellect, perceptions, the brain. With yuki is the vision, about to visualize, dream about. Sometimes you share dream to other people, people say, "So you're not gonna have it. You're always dreaming." daydreaming. It's just a creation. Nothing's gonna happen. But act without vision is nothing. So we must have dreams and visions and goals, and sometimes it's like set the goals too low, play safe, right? Because to avoid the failure or whatever that reasons are, because okay, I'm so comfortable with as is, and that is actually resisting to grow, which is the against the life's flow moving forward. But we go up and down, and sometimes slowing down, pacing out. But we are so challenged, and then energy, very low energy to even to set the goal. I went there like setting the goal. That word is made me puke or something. It's so resisting to set the goal and hit the goal, stressed out right after I left the corporation. It's like almost like throwing up, like makes me really sick. Um, Insta story today that I used song called Courage. Oh, really? It's a so synchronicity. It's a new June. Yeah, indeed. So that to it sometimes really need courage to dream big, right? And when you feel yourself as setting the goal lower and then maybe stretching out the muscle to dream big, what is helpful like to actually where I am right now, that to sometimes lost in touch with the ideal way of creating life, especially after this pandemic and staying home. uh, like and limiting travel for almost over 2 years. I just feel a different way, and then it's a hard time to plan or embody what's the ideal every day would be like from 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Um, so, and if that's the case, to finding the easiest joy to extend, expand, and maybe the engaging into that to really feel the feel, and then use the benefit of technology to see that what would be like to check the destination of the new locations or something that you like to explore and feel what people already doing through internet or get some information and then see how we feel about that, even because the limited pandemic restriction disallowing us to act out tomorrow, but maybe, near future. So when it's ready, we like to act out quickly. So preparing the inner invisible energy, embodying it, is good things to do. But the vision and goal, wishes, it's good to exercise. I'm telling myself that very narrow it down. It's like everything and or something exchanges information. And what about excitement? Do we deserve to invite in the excitement? So what is the excitement? So that's the brainstorming that we want to do. Yuki, with the Yuki, courage, energy of courage to expand, knowing that possibility, possibility. It feels like impossible, but you know, still sun comes up and darkest dark is the down. So yeah, as long as we are on this planet Earth, I think that the Earth is still sustaining while we are alive on this lifetime. Let's work on our heart and strengthening that muscle with the courage, Yuki, to dream big, vision, envision vision, vision questing, brave energy. So that's what Yuki for third eye, vision, goals, intuition, intellect. And the last one is the crown chakra, the seventh energy center, color purple. It's about the life, higher self, something divine. Oops, this plant is becoming growing, coming down here. I want to cut a little bit. With the courage is the self-transcendence. It's like life on Earth is protected by invisible support. You know, that's energy of faith, and that sometimes got to invite in the Yuki, brave energy, because it's invisible, untouchable, and sometimes it's outside of zero one science logic. It's more about life itself. So whatever you believe in, I would like you to believe in yourself, and I'm a believer of the energy, and we are being part of the universe. We are universe, and we are interconnected. That's what I believe. So I believe in this life. Life is here in me, in you, and we, in us on Earth, and we are co-creating. So sometimes we feel alone and I'm the only one, but that's the illusion. And banishing that idea with energy of courage, brave energy sometimes is needed to trust in life itself. That our life is passed down by ancestor and ancestor, and these ancestors' bodies already being part of our universe, returning back to the earth. So we are the ancestors. Then the physical cutting edge, when you see the out, and the cutting edge of the physical life on earth. So we are not alone. It's impossible. So just a reminding that with the courageous energy, Yuki, with the life, never be alone. Even if you like to be alone, it's impossible. I'm sorry. We are always being bothered by some others' availability. Thank you. And then we are always be supported by that. And then it's totally up to us to resonance. What type of energy we like to resonate. So brave energy, reminding that braveness with that energy, courage. So that's that. reminder for this week. And then that was the each energy center for our physical body. And how about to go with human needs? I'm just experimenting that the six human needs, there is a basic human needs. And then also plus communication, that's the seventh. Oh, thank you, Mel. That's it. Energy sent in. Much love. That I felt like something fun and joy. It took me over a month to post that Instagram. And it's because this of June is the three whole season, like the one quarter for the spring circle. So really, and then this month is my birthday month. So really would like to bring it something because it has been very slow in conjunction with Mercury retrograde, but lately I felt the linear time feels very slow. Oh, it's been there in the May somehow. Yeah, so the linear time perception in relation to my relation to linear time seems to be it's quite strange, changing. That's what I noticed during this. So this is the certainty, variety, and significant connection and growth and what is this? Contribution, feeding being part of contribution. So the contribution, the needs is being part of being useful for others. And then the braver energy is that to sometimes we feel unsure about is this useful, you know? But you never know until you share that you offer, see how that would help other people. So, and being contribution. So it's been said that being part of community, three different community, according to the specialist, would give us a balance to feel being part of this needs of contribution in being part of the root chakra actually. So and then if something happened to the one community, there's a friends who is not talking to whom, and then you kind of like noticing just uncomfortable. Sometimes we go up and down. So when we have a three different type of community, and then we still have other community to go and feel the needs met, definitely being part of and something useful for to really this community. So that's why is to put yourself to expand. If we feel like one community is no longer feel fit, and then finding new is like, do I need to? I am such a lazy person. It's like a stay still, but it's good to have a three community. That could be a good benchmark for balancing out our security for this needs of contribution, because we need to feel that contribution as a human being living in society or community actually. And then the variety is abundance of selection. So there's only kind, and then it's boring. That's impossible because each of us is very unique. So unique each of us can create something unique. And sometimes you really need a brave energy, like trust in your creativity, no matter what other people says. This is my right to create something, right? So if you came from the community that complaining that what you've been creating, it's nonsense, the critiques all around, and then you may need to find a new community to support, to let the unique creativity to serve that needs of variety. Because even that, to have some sort of variety, when we have it, create ones, anything, food, shoes, notebook, and it's so it's that it is for yourself to have variety needs is helping your needs met. When we get the needs met, and then you can feel better, happier. So that's a good idea for helping you sustaining your joy and happy by creating choices for everyday activity. And then the yuki is to no matter what other people says, this is for you, for your joy, to create abundance, variety, choices. And then another need is significant. Okay, the significant is the unique is it's pretty similar, but something significant, like what you're good at, your talent or your passion, you feel something that you are absolutely good at or love to do, or really helpful for other people. And these are needing the courage also. It's a quite similar to create, put yourself out to feel significant. Significance, the third energy center, sense of self, and to connect the world around us to feel the significant is such an important thing. If you feel a partner, and if you are a good cook, and the partner is giving a comment and eating together, quite tasty, delicious, amazing cook, and that will make us significant, right? So that type of not the validation seeking, but using what you love to do or being self, and to feel the needs met, that's the important aspect. But sometimes you need in the courage, the braveness to give yourself permission to be significant, perhaps. And the love and connection. Love and connection is what I share, that to when openly share your love, forgiveness, forgiving is very one of the hardest lessons that I have learned is required courage. You and I'm able to forgive is that we are putting own hands on our throat. So that particular event or person or people, hard time forgiving, is eating up your precious energy. And let that open release sometimes is needing courage, like affirming that, to choosing for better, not remaining that same self, created that needs for forgiveness. Does that make sense? Let's see. Or maybe that was not your fault. Just an experience unforgivable to your creation and to rewrite that storyline on the journey to the life path, we still have a power to use as an initiation to become aware, become stronger, become wiser because of that experience initiated to that person who now we are as lot wiser, growing, better person. So that story creation sometimes needing courage. Say goodbye to the old self and having a new awareness, take a look at the life path and the event experience in empowering new story to give birth to. So that's a love and connection with the Yuki. I don't know why oh yeah, the connection with the forgiveness. Yeah, I have a one thing that I truly want to work on, the forgiveness. It's been just too long, and then I'm still seeking the composition to overcoming the nuggets. Still being needing the courage to overcome it. Love and connection. And certainty. Certainty is an clarity. Mm. Actually, to become clear about, sometimes it's very uncomfortable. Don't want to see the mirror, naked body, need to shape up this here and here and trim. And then it's like sometimes I realize, like, is this me in front of the mirror? It's like the image, it's still like back in like a 20 something or so. That's weird, need an update. But looking at the mirror is needed sometimes courage, right? To to commit to some nutrition change or movement change to build the muscle if I want to. So that certainty, clarity to deal with needing brave energy sometimes, because denial to take a look, and once it become clear about, and the problem is no longer the problem, transformed into a solution. As long as we are avoiding that, to have the clarity, and then avoiding the problem to deal with. Something to be different doesn't mean. Yeah, this energy of courage, the Yuki, the brave energy is perhaps it's very timely, as you said, Mel, synchronicity. That courage is always, and then this Yuki gives us an idea of the breakdown of the courage, how we can use the courage, brave energy for different aspect of our lives. So yeah, so certain to deal with, avoid it. I'm like so connected. Well, I think I am inviting this Yuki, brave energy, to take a look at me, and it's like I need to speeding up and more to dedicate for reaching my goal. So I decided to do each day something until my birthday, like everyday things to create that change. And this is the day one. Thank you for holding the space, Mel. I appreciate that. So clarity, certainty. To the ourselves objectively. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and then sometimes it's that, but it's the needs though. So once we become clear about and we feel comfortable and become familiar, and then we figure out what to do. And unfamiliar, uncertain is like the chaos, and most of that future is uncertain. So the chaos is also totally organized chaos by the universe. So being open to it and gotta learn to how to, be in the gray zone with the whole that's what so clarity. Sometimes you need a courage. And the growth. We need to grow or die on this life. So grow is Yuki. Yuki. The growing is a change. So sometimes we are going one step forward, three step forward, and two backward, but still moved one forward. So, and then that's what the life is. In case of me, is destroying to make a life. It's not. There's no shortcut, but I feel like myself a special lava of Detroit, but Detroit is more experience. So to share experiences to talk about and write a book maybe. So that's my choice, and it has been over 50 years. But yeah, so expression, expansion, evolving, expansion, needing the stretching out. So when we stretch our body and then other part of ourselves also stretch, we talked about the vision, the courage, stretching up. The sky is the limit. So remembering being part of the universe, and then life on earth is limited in this physical body. So remind ourselves that let us use this human moment in physical creation to feel our needs and more aligned to joy, happy, peace, learning from other experiences, and to share more love and excitement to grow together. That's what remembering, encouraging Yuki to stretch out and expand ourselves for unsure, unknown next as an exciting adventure as our journey on earth together. Yes, so this week's Wellness Wisdom Wednesday about the energy word from Japanese people's culture, physical energy as energy. Today's word was ki, you, ki is the brave energy, courage, courage. Thank you, Mel, for joining. Would you like to pick the card for what to come for this week's energy word, Mel? If so, can you choose the number between 1 to 7 for me? Voluntarily, quickly. Six? You're welcome. Thank you. This is growing. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Okay. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here is ki boom. Ki boom is the mood, the part of energy. This is the part, the pie, the part of energy within us. That's the kibun. It's the mood. So mood is being influenced by atmosphere, environment, where you are being part of kibun. Yes, it's the good kibun, bad kibun, romantic kibun, exciting kibun. So it's mood, excitement. So noticing your feeling. And feeling is there two different type of feeling in this key energy word. One is this kibun, mood, and the other one is kimochi. And kibun is more of being part of that space and then influenced and then resonating in the local state. And the other feeling is coming out from all beingness. It's not so much to do with the world around us. So this is more of world around us resonating feeling. So pay attention to this. If you are empath, feel very much influenced by the world around us, people around us. So pay attention to your feeling. Where is this feeling is coming from? Is this coming within or around or particular someone influence or particular information? And if it feels good, supportive mood, and then keep it going. But if it's not, it's the cut the code, cut the information, or cut the people as if you can, and minimum resonance to the world that will give you the negative exciting mood. So that's what the reminder for this day. Perhaps during this month, paying attention to this, the mood is coming from around or within. And within, we absolutely to change the way to perceive. But this is something that it's more perception. Like somehow it's like feeding, resonating as on a mood, good vibe. Mm, atmosphere. Yeah. So the creative people easily resonate into this mood around, and then perhaps that the art or the music or visual art, that environment also really influence and change your mood quickly. Element that give you a exciting mood, supportive mood, encouraging mood, the music, people, community, nature, the places, spaces where to be part of. That really game changer for maintaining your sense of bettering.